Alright, guys, this is ROMI TV Africa. We are back to our screens as we never left. Back to Now Show. We've been waiting for this show and finally we are here. Today in studio I have my favorite guest. I'm your host Clovis as always, and we're still talking about mental health. Mental health is a disease that grows daily, and it has different influence. It has different circumstances whereby we get ourselves suffering from this disease. It's something that affects the young in the society. It affects those in adolescent stage. It affects youth, and it affects as well those who are mature or adults. So today in studio, guys, we are going to have this conversation. It's going to be a nice conversation between us, since I have my guests here, which are from an organization within Nairobi. This group, they are dealing with mental health issues. They are dealing with peace. They are dealing with the drugs and drug abuses, crimes in the society, and many more other things that they are working on. So today I'm really privileged to have them in studio, and we are going to talk about all this entire thing. If there's a point in life whereby you've been through a challenge due to drugs, you've been through a challenge due to crime, or you've been affected, or the person who caused this crime, I tell you, you are counted on in this. So stay tuned until the end, as I'm going to introduce you to our guest. And this is ROMI TV Africa. If you are new here, make sure you've subscribed. Follow me on Instagram, Clovis_KE, and all my social media platforms. So guys, back to you and to my guest. I'm going to introduce you to my guest here in studio. As you can see, they are all bright faces here together. I'll start from my right. Thank you for being with us here today.
You're welcome.
And feel most welcome to ROMI TV Africa.
Thank you so much.
To my left, thank you very much for joining me here today, and feel most welcome. So I'll give you opportunity to introduce yourself, starting from my right. Talk to our viewers, tell them your name, and maybe just a little bit why we are here today. So from there we'll pick up.
Thank you so much. My name is Imelda Wanjiko. I'm the vision bearer, Recoup Initiative. That is the organization that we're working for. It deals majorly with drug and substance issues, crime, and even stories maybe about peace or things pertaining peace. So that is the reason why we are here, and we are so much thankful for this wonderful platform that you've given us.
Thank you very much, Imelda. It's a privilege, and I'm very much honored to have you here today as the entire Recoup. I am sure there are some members of the Recoup group that are out there watching us right now.
Yes.
And what I can tell you guys, it's going to be amazing. We are going to have a great conversation. And back to my left, I'll invite you to introduce yourself and maybe tell our viewers why we are here today.
Thank you so much. Hello guys. My name is Maya Orofia. I'm the secretary of Recoup Initiative. And the reason why we're here today, we're here to talk about mental issues and some of the things that we as Recoup members do in our area, that is Embakasi Central, to make sure that we deal with these mental issues that are affecting our youths. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. To my viewers, I'm sure you now know my guest in studio, and you are well of what we are going to talk about here today. So these are some challenges that most of us are facing currently with the youth. When you talk of youth, these are people who are from the age of 18 to age of 35, right? And we are aware, or we are sure that beyond that age limit, there are as well people who are suffering on the same, or below the youth age limit, there are people who are suffering on the same.
Sure.
So today we are going to have a great conversation. But before we continue, before we go into Recoup Initiative, I just want us to tell a little bit. I'll start with you. Let's start from my left guy. So I'll start with you. Before coming up with the initiative, the Recoup Initiative, what was in your mind? Or you right with yourself as Maya, but now we want to know you. What came into you to be part of the initiative? What was in your mind, or what have you had before what has been your composure into joining Recoup initiative, or what? Let's just take it easy, yeah? In this way. Tell us what you've been into, why you are into, or giving other people hopes. People are losing hope, or people maybe who have challenges in mental health. People who have faced crime before, or people who are into drug or something like that.
Thank you so much, Clovins. What I can say is one of the things that really made me want to be part of the Recoup initiative is the passion that I have for my community people, and that is Embakasi Central, that's Kayole community. And over the years, like it does not only affect Kayole, but it affects the whole. It affects. It's all over mental issues. You find that there's a case we had of suicidal attempts for youths. Not only suicidal attempts, but even those that were really successful. Someone has committed suicide somewhere. And this really drove me and asked myself, like, what are some of the things that you can do to make sure that this challenge of mental health, we deal with it very well. So I researched some of the organizations that are within our area, and that is how I get to know my madam director, and she made me part of the organization, and together we make sure that we address some of these issues, especially the suicidal attempts that you have been hearing from people. We try to counsel them to make sure that they diverge their minds from such thinking. Yeah.
As you can tell it, guys, it's much clear from her end, Maya, that the passion she had while growing up, or whatever you used to see while growing up,
Sure.
is what mentored you into doing Recoup.
Sure.
And you've said you first took a process of knowing the groups that were or knowing the organizations that were in your area. So right now you are a leader. What was the starting point of Maya? How you had the passion of becoming big, but now apart from passion, have you been earlier then? Have you been part of, or have you been affected with either crime or drug abuse, or have you been affected with something to do with the mental health issue?
Yeah. Actually, in the past, it's something that I really struggled with, especially frustrations that might try to trigger attempts of suicidal, maybe frustrations that I passed through in life. And sometimes dealing with such issues, it's very hard. Now, through getting someone else who talked to me, I told myself, okay, you can also make an impact to the community and help someone else, right? You can raise someone else from such issues. Yeah, and that is really what drives me.
Okay, thank you very much for explaining that to us. And guys, as you can tell right now, you know well why Maya she took this opportunity to join the Recoup initiative. So as well, to those who are out there who've been, maybe you have passion or you are within Kayole, I failed to tell you that the Recoup initiative is from Kayole, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
They are from Kayole, guys, and if you are within Kayole and you are really into finding an initiative, a group to join on the same, you can look to them. You can look for initiative Recoup. Recoup initiative group. They are based in Kayole, and they are really offering services, or they are really trying to reach out to those who are going through the same, so that they can bring up a stable community together. So back to my left. I'll come to you. What was into you? Was it a passion, or what made you come up with this idea that I want to join this group? I want to reach people outside going through the same. What first came to your mind, or what really interested you to do?
Okay, thank you so much. One, I'll say maybe it was passion for the youth, being that I'm a youth. I saw how people were dying by then. Also, how my fellow youths were dying out of crime and out of drugs. And being that I'm also a reformist, it's so funny, but being a reformist, I thought to myself, I have reformed. Maybe I have the power, or I have the capability to change someone, maybe from how they think. how they talk, how they behave. I have that power, and I also got the passion to at least now approach people and tell them the negative uses of drugs, explain to them about the negative repercussions of crime and all that. And through that is when maybe I saw one or two friends changing, and I thought to myself, hey, why can't I just do something that will change or will impact the whole community at large? So that's when I came up with this idea of now having the Recoup initiative, and I joined hands with other stakeholders in the community that also had or have initiatives or even organizations in Embakasi Central. And
before even you continue,
yes.
Sorry for interrupting.
It's okay. Yeah.
But I heard what a point you said.
Yes.
How it started made you to come up with this project
Yes.
of bringing up the Recoup initiative.
Yeah.
So does this mean you are the founders of the group, or you are one of them, or you are the founder?
Well, I am the vision bearer. I am the founder, Recoup initiative. Yes.
So as you are speaking here, guys, you are not speaking not only to the chairlady or chairperson of the Recoup group, but the founders as well. Yeah. So you'll continue telling us that story.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. As I was saying, that's when now we came into like an agreement. I sat these people down. They are great people in the community, and I like how they had passion, or they still have passion for the community. I joined hands with them and shared with them about the vision I had, the vision of like now trying to bring the youth out of the negative use of crime. I mean, not the negative use of drugs and substance abuse, and also crime. And that's when we started like now even going to the stations, talking to the officers, telling them like maybe if they have a case there and they feel like they need to talk to someone about that child, or even the parent needs to talk to someone about their children, like they should just contact us. And through that we got a lot of platforms to even talk to a lot of parents, and even got to interact with a lot of youth by then, because we were like now a contact point where people were coming, or even the youths were running to. Yeah, so with that, maybe I can say, as per your question, it's passion that drove us into this, and also our experiences, being that we also work with drugs, have also come out of crime, people that were rejected after coming out of crime. I can purely say it's passion and dedication to the community.
Thank you very much for that. So back to you again. I'll still just be insisting on you before we go to the Recoup initiative
Yes.
itself, the group
Yes.
now. So how does it feel to be part of this group? Because we have several people of passion to do this same thing. We have several people out there who have this. They've been willing to be in such initiatives. They have this passion of helping someone because of either what they've gone through or just a passion inside them. So how do you feel to be part of this great initiative?
Well, I can say it was challenging at first, but right now we have developed the courage and even the passion to serve the community. And it feels really great right now, seeing yourself like helping someone and bringing the best out of them. Seeing someone that you helped maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, doing something impactful in their lives. That has really made me have more passion to what I'm doing. Also, even in our working environs, like we get to even talk and interact with our colleagues, show them maybe what to do and what not to do. Like it's really been great, like teaching the community. Right now we are even talking more about peace, because I know we've just come out of the electioneering period, and we're still on that period, electioneering period. And we have also majored on peace, to show the youth that there is an importance of peace. There is an importance of staying well, or even living well with your neighbors. So we have just thought that it would really be great if we maybe talk to people about the great impacts that we should put into them, and even they should put into others. So the feeling is just awesome.
It's amazing
Yes.
feeling. Guys, as you can tell for yourselves, or as you can see, we are all here with the smiling faces. Like, it's a great story. We know everything have to start from somewhere, but that's your feeling. So let me get from Maya. What's your feeling? How have you felt this feeling from the beginning? Because you can tell there are a lot of people out there who are willing to be part of such groups. They don't have this opportunity. They don't have this time, or they have never come of, or their community doesn't support such stuff. So what's your feeling?
I I lack adjectives actually to describe this feeling, because it's awesome, it's great, it's good, as in being part of making an impact in the society. It's really awesome, and especially when we talk to these young people and you see a change in them. It's so fulfilling, and we feel so blessed. It's very nice for sure. And what I can encourage other youths or other people, it's that because you know that mental health is really a problem in our nation right now. Right now we have had elections. There are people who are frustrated right now. There are people who lost in the elections and everything, right? And these people, there are some even who are committing suicide as we talk right now, or even attempting to do it, right? So they should like find avenues to make sure that they speak out or they talk of these issues that are really affecting them. But till now, the feeling is great. The feeling is awesome. I just love being part of the group, making a change in the Kayole community.
Same amazing feeling as well. So back to, I'll still on you again. You just talk about we are just ending the period of politics. The other day I heard of this politician was like, I used everything I had. You used to tell me you're going to vote for me. Then this guy was like, in the line I was with my friends, around 7 friends. And my family as well are voting here. That's in his own home polling station. And this guy was like, I used everything I had. I used my savings. I used everything I had to do everything. And even in my own polling station, I couldn't get even, he got 3 votes. And the family was around 4. So the guy was like, even my family didn't vote for him. So he was talking to the media, media people telling them I was like fun. And he was talking while the tears were rolling. And you can tell this person is kinda. So I want you, before you go, another thing, tell kinda person going to the person. Because you know there are a lot of people vying for different posts, and most of them they fail. Only a few are selected, or only a few are voted. What can you tell people going to the same? Talk to our viewers who vied and maybe they failed, or they really never get to talk to them.
Thank you. What I can really tell these people who have really they didn't win in these elections time, it's that we really have to know that we still need you right now. No matter you losing or you winning, we still need you. Remember that out here, apart from the life of politics, you have a family, you're a brother to someone, you're a sister to someone, you are a community member, a friend, a family person. We still need you in our community. So whether politics come, they will go, but you will still remain here with us. So you stay strong, stay intact, knowing that yes, you have lost in these, but still there is still another forum coming, or another ways you can still win in other life opportunities. So it's not the end of the world. Trust me, it is not. So let's just know that there's still other forums of us winning. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Guys, there's Now Show. Now Show, we are coming to our screens live every Saturday. And today we are talking about mental health. We are talking about drug abuses and crimes. And in studio today, my guest from Recoup Initiative. This is a group from Kayole. And they're trying to reach out to children. They're trying to reach out to those in adulthood stage. They're trying to reach out to the youth, mostly the youth, and probably the adults who are still going through the same. And the main thing here is we are capturing the drug abuses, mental health, and we are trying how can we fix our community from going through all these hard times. So if you are joining us for the first time, kindly don't forget to subscribe. You can reach out to me whenever you have a mental issue, whenever you have anything mental. As well, they will be leaving their contacts down there at the end of it. So don't leave until the end of it. Back to us now. I want us to talk about Recoup group now.
Yes.
How now you came up with the idea of Recoup. I know everything has to start from a point.
Yes.
But I want you to tell us, how did you come up? Because I'm very sure there are people out there who still want to come up with the same thing, who want to do this same thing. But maybe they feel the starting point or the beginning time is the time.
Yeah.
So I want you to give, as long as you're talking about mental health,
Yes.
you need many more people to So
Yeah.
I want you to talk to them and give them a piece of hope. Just tell us, how did you come up with the Recoup, the Recoup group, and how is it going as what is going on now?
How I came up with the name, maybe not even the name, the idea, the whole idea of forming the Recoup initiative. As I said earlier, it was out of passion, out of maybe the experiences I've gone through, seeing people dying before me, like, let me use a term, kupigwa mob. You see, like mob justice. Like you see someone literally dying in front of you. This is someone I've seen, a friend of mine. He was called Jimmy. He was literally burnt in front of my eyes, and such things really tormented me at that time. And I wondered to myself, till when will we continue seeing young people die because of crime, because of drugs, because of petty things in the community that can be corrected? And that's when maybe I consulted some friends who are, I went to the peace office. We have a peace committee office. I went to them. They really took me through that healing process, even the changing process itself. And after interacting with them, they took me to be part of that office. And I really want to thank, and especially Mr. Akendo, who really came through for me and saved me at that time, because I can say, I mean, like, kidogo hivi too. But God uses some people so that you can, so that you can like be delivered out of something. And through that experience, working with them, doing events with them, I thought to myself, maybe I've not seen a young person like trying to come up with something that can help or benefit the community. And that's when I said, let me try it out. And I talked to them, and they referred me to other people who were having organizations. They gave me hope. They started like the whole thing with me. They even the ones who helped me in launching and everything. And even when I was forming, we had a chief called Chief Minor. He also came through in the registration part. Like, I can say it was just something that was destined by God, because like I didn't strain at all. And to those that are maybe willing, or they have the heart to start an organization, I'll really encourage you to please do it, because we cannot reach to everyone, but it's only our efforts and our dedication, and even our like the determination we have to reach the community. It's what will make us to reach everyone. So if you have the heart to start an initiative, or even a CBO, a self-help group, in order to help someone, please do it. It's just a matter of acceptance, accepting who you are, trying to find out what you can do and what you cannot do. And once you find out your purpose in life, you're able to do exactly what you were destined to do. Yes.
So you've said, so long as I'm passionate to what I want,
Yes.
so long as I know what I want in life, I'll always get it.
Yes.
Back to Maya, the secretary of the initiative. I get to understand there's a point in the challenges. It's not all easy, or it's not all. Now I want to understand. There are a lot of people out there with groups, with CBOs that have fallen. They have not fallen because they are registered. They're sleeping with certificates. They have the same ideas. So I want you to talk to these people. How have you managed? How have you managed to, or is there a point whereby there's a point whereby your group is almost collapsed? And how did you manage to bring it up? How can these people get back into doing their passion? How can they get back into living their dream or getting what they want?
Now, I just have like some few points that I have seen in Recoup, and this is one thing that has really helped us. We usually say, "Ni God first." First of all, ni God. It's God. It's God who has really enabled us to reach this farm, and we are really grateful. The second thing I will tell even like other groups out here, persistency. So long as you are passionate in what you do, so long as you are passionate in the impact that you bring in the community, be persistent. Don't just like sit on certificates. You have certificates and you sit on them. Act on them. What are you doing? What impact? Because let me tell you something, Clovins. If you have a passion and a driven, like a self-motivated passion to do something, then definitely you will do it. But the moment you don't have that passion, that's when you rest, like you say, no. Passion is what drives people out here. Persistency. Now you are passionate, you are persistency, now move, act towards what you're doing. And one thing that I will tell people, because in organizations, in initiatives, in CBOs and in NGOs, what really helps us is teamwork. And that is one thing that people like fail to understand. Teamwork. So long as iyo kuna iyo teamwork in groups, helping each other, building each other up, trust me, that initiative or that CBO or whatever you are doing will definitely grow. But the moment like you disperse and decide that everyone to go in his or on her own way, then you will never grow in any way.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
So far, how many members? Or maybe there's someone there watching, he or she from Kayole, and he really wish to join you guys. So I want you to tell us how many members there are now, or the number you have now is enough for you, or you can still expect many more people are interested in joining.
Yes, on the numbers, like we have officials, we have a standing number of officials. But on the membership part of it, we have not like restricted or said we need this specific number. So we allow anyone that has room for change. Like as long as you have said you want to change and you want to work with us, we get members every day. We get people who are ready to work every day, and we cannot restrict. We say like tumetosheka na 100. No, because we have room for everyone, and that is why we are not here. You know, I always tell people, Clovins, if you come to a CBO or even an NGO or even a self-help group, because of the benefits there, then you will never go anywhere. But if you go there because of what you are determined or focused to do, or even to perfect your future and your destiny, then you'll go very far. And as at now, Clovins, I've heard you asking Maya about maybe how an aspirant feels, maybe after they've been defeated. I say the point here, acceptance. If you accept who you are, if you accept you're on the wrong, if you accept you have lost, leadership is not all about being in that seat. We are leaders and we are not in those seats. We are not in those government seats. I believe a leader is someone who is ready to sacrifice everything they have. Not money, your house, your strength. Hata mtu akupigie saa sita Clovins, you're ready to like wake up and go through say that is what we call leadership. Then if you're not ready to accept a leader, like you are a leader from the inside, there is no way even people can give you leadership from the outside, because you have not accepted it. So to the youth that really want to feel accommodated in Recoup initiative, we are truly saying welcome, 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 and we are not like having a restriction number. When you come to Recoup, we take you as a family. We can do anything to save a family, and it's all about sacrifice. We sacrifice to the community. I always say sacrifice is the best thing. Even if you give a sacrifice to God, He's the one who rewards you, because once you do good, you always expect good to come to you. So we have no restrictions on numbers, Clovins, and we are saying like whoever feels they want to be part and parcel of Recoup, they are so much welcome. Yes.
Thank you very much for clarifying on that. Guys, if you are from Kayole or you are from any part of Kenya and you feel like you want to join them, you are free and they don't have a restriction and the number they want, you can feel free to contact them. At the end of it, their number will be down there. And you, if you can't reach them, you can reach out to me on Instagram, Clovins_KE. I'll be able to connect you to Recoup Group. So, Recoup Group deals with several other things.
Yes.
So I just want you to let us know, because I'm sure we have viewers who are watching us that are going through this. We talked about drugs.
Yes.
So we'll start from drugs. How do Recoup initiative work? Or how do you deal with drugs? How do you deal with people going through themselves? Or maybe there's someone just getting influenced. This person is starting to feel like, I'm getting influenced by this, I can't do without, but I just feel like I need this thing, I need, maybe I need, let's say alcohol, drugs. So how do you deal with it?
I always tell people one thing, Clovins, and it's good I say it on this platform. Change begins from within. That is one. If you're not ready to change, hata tujaribu aje, you will never change. If we get a drug and substance abuser, maybe someone who is really curved in that curve of drugs, you see, and they've come to us, they say, I'm ready to leave drugs, I'm ready to stop using drugs and everything, we will sit this person down. We are just the two of us right here, but we have a team of maybe counselors that we work with in the community. Not only in Recoup, we have partnered with other organizations in the community, and maybe we see this is a critical case, we usually refer them to maybe another organization that has to take up on that. But we normally sit this person down, we talk to them, and you cannot talk to a youth if or a drugs and substance abuser if you don't know the effects. So most of us have done research on drugs, and we usually talk to them about the negative uses or the negative effects of drugs. And once we sit with this person down, we explain to them, we make them go through that healing process, because for you to use that substance or for you to use that drug, you must have had something that has really convinced you to use that drug. And most of the cases that we have had, it's not all about peer pressure, because people tend to think it's like kuja, shikai, vuta. It's not all about that. It's about the challenges that the youth are facing, and they lack someone to talk to. And that is now where the mental health comes in, because we have been carved in a very bad situation where like drug has been just measured as drug, but people have not wanted to get deep and see why are these youths into drugs, why do they use or misuse these drugs in this manner, you see. So it's just a matter of talking to them. Number one, they accept they're in that condition, and if they continue using this drug, it will just destroy them. That is now the first process that we talk to the youth. I remember last week we had a scenario. There's a group we work with. Maybe I won't mention the group here on this platform. But when we went there, this guy calls me Sis. So anytime he sees me, Sis, nimekuona, niko hapa. But then we were walking. I was with Maya actually. We were walking and this guy didn't see me. And I was like, bro, kwani unioni? He was like, unajua mimi hata jicho moja haioni. I was like, haioni, kwa nini? I'm blind. Why? Nilipigwa, nika-assume. And this guy has been deep into alcohol and all that. And being that this is someone who has been in the street, it's very hard for you now to like take them out of that condition. But all you can just offer them is like that mental talk. Going there, spending time with them, eating lunch together and all that. And I told him, no, you cannot be blind. He was just crying, literally crying. I felt it and I told Maya, let's do something. And we took this guy, we took him to the hospital, and he was given the specs. And right now he can see. At least it was not so much damaged. So it's all it's just a matter of accepting yourself. Because one thing I love about this gentleman I've just given an example of, he knows, yes, I'm an alcoholic, but I have to do the best I can to be a better person, not to cause any crime in the society, not to be a bad person. It's about acceptance, Clovins. If you're not ready to leave alcohol, you cannot be free. It's just a decision that starts from within. But what I can urge all the youths who are listening, and even, it's not all about the youths, by the way, it's about even grown-up people. Our parents are also, some of our parents are also addicted to drugs. So what I can urge us all is to just make a decision from within, know the negative views of this thing. Furthermore, you will drink today, your family doesn't have anything to eat. You go home, chaos zianze. I always ask some people, you've drunk, you have a young family. Like today, in this generation of today, we find a lot of young couples who have babies, or even some young men have been forced to stay with ladies because they have found themselves having children with them. So I always ask these people, right now you have taken maybe 50 bob. You've gone umekunywa ile ya kikombe tu. You see? And then you come home without a shilling or even with 10 bob. And you have a young baby there. You have that lady there waiting to have something to eat. What benefit will you give them? What what positivity will be there? There'll only be chaos. There'll only be negative talks in the house, noises, screams, and everything negative. You'll never see something positive coming out of that house. But if you make your house be in order, sometimes I also speak to the ladies. We have a session with the ladies' clothings. And this is a very nice session. In fact, it's my favorite. When I get to talk about I get to talk to the ladies and we tell them, you are a lady, depending on a man. You have eyes, you have hands, you have legs, you have everything. Why can't you try and look for something that can also bring food on the table? It's not all about the man, because this generation has ended up blaming the men. We forget that even men are going through things, and the reason as to why we find men committing more suicide than ladies is because of what they go through, and they are not able to speak out. So if a lady is there and you are able to work, please work. Please try. It's not a matter of getting a good job in an office, sitting in an office. It's good you even try and see. I was talking to another lady there, the other day in my house, and she was saying, nataka kuanzisha biashara. And nafikiria niende Gikomba, nichukue bed sheets, hata kama nitaanza na moja ama mbili, nizieke online. We have so many ideas that ladies can adapt to and even start doing something on their own to prevent issues even from erupting even in our own houses. You see, so it's not a matter of just sitting there, being into crime, being into drugs, and you're saying, I have nothing to do. We have all the capability clothing. Yes.
Thank you very much for that. And I think to our viewers or someone listening to us, I think it's a great topic that as well you brought, from coming up with the drug abuse issue to the way of being creative enough to finding something to do instead of being after drugs.
Yes.
To our ladies as well, we normally assume, that men are the people who mostly abuse drugs. We have ladies actually. Let me give you an example. When I was in campus, first year, I was very new there, and I used to know nothing about drugs. And I was there and found ladies were smoking. So I was like, what's this? So I used to hate ladies who do that shit, because I was like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Like, I'm my first year and I'm still a kid. So I'm like, what's this? But what I mean is, it's not only men who abuse drugs. So let's do off this mentality that only men do drugs. I know several many ladies out here, they really abuse drugs. So apart from doing drugs, you've mentioned it well. You can come up with something creative to do and bring up a life instead of as well depending on someone. Thank you very much for that, and that's a great thing you are doing as an initiative. It's very impressive thing. So I'm just wondering, how do you get to meet? Do you only meet these people on the street, or do you look for stories, or do you walk around to find these cases, or how do you get to these cases? Is now my point.
Wow, that's a very interesting question. Actually, I've never been asked that in any platform. But once you have a CBO or even an NGO, you're a friend to everyone. Nakwaga na slogan Kayole, allow me to speak in that language kidogo tu.
You can speak.
Wewe ni rafiki ya kila mtu. You see? Like wewe ni rafiki ya mwizi, wewe ni rafiki ya drug abuser, wewe ni rafiki ya polisi, wewe ni rafiki wa everyone. Like you're a friend to everyone. You cannot like select and say I'm a friend to Maya, I'm not a friend to Clovis. Or because Clovis is a drug abuser, I won't talk to him. I won't. In fact, that is the right person to interact with, because it's not all about looking for responsible people. It's about also trying to understand people. Like when I go, we normally have dialogues in the community. Right now, we are doing events or even forums about peace, as I mentioned earlier, and we usually have dialogues. And in these dialogues, like people come up with ideas. Unasikia tu mtu anasema kuna base ingine hapo chini ya kwetu vijana wanakoga wamejaaje hivi, and you're like, you get an idea, I have to go there, because you have already gotten an idea, like there is somewhere people need help, and you cannot just assume hiyo base au vijana wanatusumbua. So what they want for them is the youth like should be removed from that area, but they don't think of how maybe we can try and make these people better people.
How
You see?
you'll approach them.
Exactly. Now it is now the initiative we take. It is now the part we take, and we like shoulders up now. We go face them, have coffee with them, talk to them, encourage them, embrace them, make them part of us. Now that is the bigger part, or the bigger thing that we do in the community. It's not all about unangojea mtu akupate. It's you going to look for that person, because that's why I mentioned it's all about passion. Passion is what drives you to do what you can do in the community. When you have passion, you are able to go and look for that person. When you have passion, you don't mind how much money you use on that tea. You just use it because you want to see this life change.
Sure.
When you have passion, you don't look at, you have a nice shoe, and this other person doesn't, or is walking with a slippers that is maybe is torn down there, and you're not looking at all that. You're not looking at how smartly dressed you are. You are looking at what impact you can make, because everyone was born from a mother. There's no one that came from the dust akakutolewa na sisi tukatoka mbinguni. No, everyone was born. And I always tell people, if my mother can feel bad me doing something and she's like hurt, then what is telling people that this parent to this child is not hurting wherever they are? They're still hurting, and they still need their children to be better people. Maybe they did not, we always say we did not apply to be born, by the way. If maybe you knew you would be born and find yourself in the street, then you wouldn't accept that. You will always, like, you would have refused it from the beginning. But some people really don't like being there. It's maybe the circumstance that has made them be there. So it's all about us going to give them hope, looking for those souls, encouraging them. Even if you don't have the power to do much, when you have the little, cook the little you have, eat with them, share with them, let them laugh, because even laughter is also a medicine to this mental health. When you laugh a bit, someone was saying on TikTok the other day, and she really made me laugh. You start with her, like counting her, ha ha, ha ha ha, and when you reach to 10, you like have laughed and find yourself like laughing and healing from certain things. So it's all about accepting yourself and having the passion to go there, loving and looking for those people to encourage.
That's great, but now I'm wondering, is there a point whereby you've approached a group and you are rejected, or you've faced any kind of rejection?
In fact, we have been rejected.
Then how do you handle it? Before actually the last 25, I got to
yes. Rejection is there. Even Jesus was rejected, by the way.
Because before you continue, I remember very well, you can't approach someone you're telling me a real drug dealer or someone who's really into drugs, and you want to have a talk with them.
Yeah.
The very beginning part of this, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
So, and there are a lot of people here watching will be like, I want to waste time here.
Yeah.
So how do you handle these rejections?
Yeah, rejections are there, as I said. And in fact, we have been rejected in so many scenarios. So many. But there is a way you can handle this. As I have mentioned, we usually have dialogues. Some dialogues unahitaji maybe audience kama ya watu watakataka. Unahitaji a based dialogue where you go and interact with those people in that bracket that we are just talking about. And you cannot give up on these people. That is why I said, and I still say it, and I'll still continue saying it, it's all about passion. Because if you're passionate about something, if I'm passionate of getting a phone, an iPhone, I will get it. It doesn't matter how long it will take, but you'll get it. You see, if you go to this person and they reject you, as I said, we usually have these dialogues where maybe you'll hear people suggesting, tukweni na base dialogues, au vijana watuambie kwa nini wanafanyanga ABCD. If you go to these people, talk to them, tell them we need to have a meeting with you, and we need to understand you better. And I remember we started this when I went to a certain group, the group I'm telling you about, that guy who was like blinded on one eye. They are a team of people who are like, they sleep in one house. If you look at this person, actually, hautataka kutembea naye because maybe they are not feeling enough as you expect them, you see. But for us, we are just used to that. Like, it's our job. We even hug them, you see. And relate with them in a way that hata mtu akikuangalia shindwa huyu ana hug huyu. You see, but it's us, we are used to that and we love doing that. I remember when we approached this team first, in fact they like rejected us totally. They were not even into us. They were saying, Imelda, unatuwestia time. But then what happened, I had to bring my dialogues in that area. I brought my first event in that area. Penye wako hapo tu kwa church, ilikuwa hapo kwa open space sasa. I brought it there. And we were talking about crime and drugs. And during the event, one of them, the chairman there, came and told me, "Situkue security wako." I told them, "You want to be the security?" Na mjue sina kakitu kakuwapea. Haina shida, si tunataka tu reflectors. You see? And I had reflectors for the team. Sikukwata nimewapea because they had t-shirts. And I said, no, let me give them 4 reflectors and see what they'll do. I tell you, these guys helped. And till date, they always engage themselves. I always invite them. Even if we have those meetings that maybe you can just give someone 500 appreciation, maybe transport, you just call them. You don't choose that, yeah, I should just give this one and not give this one. No. Because we usually have those peace dialogues recently, and even when someone comes, you cannot like, maybe if we have an organization that maybe has accepted to partner with us, they usually give us like transport reimbursement, take, give your participants fee. And when we have such dialogues, we like sit down, interact with them, and even get to hear their stories. And that was our first thing we did. Once they accepted us, the event ended and they were like, "Aki imekuwa po, hata tu kudhani unafanyanga vitu kama hivi." So they came and I told them, all I want from you is I want to understand you. What do you want? Like, what made you be in this situation? What made you become who you are right now? What made you sleep there? You see? And you get to understand their stories, go with them, cry with them. Some of them like cry, and even their cries cannot even express how they feel because they are just torn completely. So it's just a matter of like getting to understand them slowly by slowly, adapting to what they want, and you'll still win the audience. Yes.
Thank you very much for that. And I'm sure we have a viewer, or we have someone watching us, or maybe we'll watch this later, depending. It depends the time they'll watch it. But the true thing I know is you really handle a lot. That's the true thing. From what you are trying to tell us and what I'm trying to get from my end, it's really a lot. So guys, if you're watching and you feel like there's any way you can reach to these people, either you join them in whatever they are doing, or maybe you give them a support on reaching into these other people, because you can tell they are using some reflectors. They may get to a point whereby people are in need of maybe some tea. They may be not in a position to purchase it. So if you're in a position to meet these guys kindly, you can always reach to me, or there's a number going down there. We'll always link you to the Recoup initiative group. So back to you, Maya. I understand you guys deal with a lot of things. We've just captured the part of drug abuse and how to get out of the drug abuse and all that nature. So I want us to go to another thing different, because you people deal with different things, you can tell. So I just want you to rush a little bit on it. But how do you deal with? She has told us how you people manage to go through to get into the streets, and maybe how do you get to link up with the people. But now I'm wondering, how do you get to deal with mental health? How do you get to deal with peace? I want to link these two for you. So you'll start with peace. How do you people deal with peace?
First of all, I'll say that peace is very mandatory.
Sure.
It's something that is very important in our communities. So majorly in regards to peace, we usually have like peace dialogues, just as my colleague has said. We have dialogues with these people, how we can make our community better in regards to peace. And also we tend to hear like their personal stories towards it, because someone who is like mentally like has issues or has some frustrations, then it triggers the way he reacts to certain issues in the community, and it triggers a very violent mind. So peace is it's a very important thing. So that is one of the things that we usually have. And then we also have like talk shows peace talk shows with these people. We try to sensitize on them. We invite different, just like something fun. To have something fun, we have like a small concert EV of peace. We invite different artists who talk about peace. We do spoken words things dealing with peace, just to bring these people together. We also have street talent shows that we usually involve ourselves in. Like just concluded month, we had a street talent show, and it was very successful. We got an audience, and even some people who are like willing to join us. Some of them are like telling us, okay, this is a peace talent show, and you say that you also tackle mental issues. Okay, me, I'm passing through this and this and this. We collect information. We try to reach them. Madam Director said that we usually follow up on these people. We follow up on them, try to see how we can try to help them. And also we work through referrals. That is one major thing, because you can't work alone in a community. You will need other different organizations to like help you out. So these organizations, they refer to us some of the cases. We deal with them. We also refer some of the cases to them. We just like, tunashikana mkono, right? In making sure that our community becomes better and better and better. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that, guys. If you are within or you are willing to do all these activities, maybe we have comedians, we have artists, we have those who do the spoken words, we have those people who do a lot of things, and maybe someone is interested into joining. So you can still follow. There's a number going down there below your screens. You can call that number to inquire about the Recoup initiative group, so that if you need anything, if you need to talk to them, if you need anything to do them, you'll be linked. So I want you to talk to us about the mental health. How do you do the mental health issue, the situation of mental health? How do you capture it? And so far, how many cases of mental health have you captured? If you can be able to relate.
With the mental health issues, first of all, we get issues, just as I've said, through the dialogues that we have and the personal experience. Now, when someone like opens up about a personal experience, he or she might not like lay everything on the ground, but will need a one-on-one talk with you. So through that, we like, okay, let's get, because we usually have contacts list of everyone who has attended our dialogues, everyone who has attended our talk shows. So we call them, we tell them, can we like have a meeting? Can we have a meet up with you? Talk about certain issues. There are people who need like a face-to-face like meeting. There are those whom you can deal in a group setup, you get, to address a particular issues, maybe on drugs and substance abuse, maybe frustrations even in relationships, which is a very big issue even right now as we talk. Frustration in the just concluded politics, people who have lost, and people who have like these narratives that are going on in our community, because peers in a letter like the frustrations, deep frustrations with people, right? The way people like are celebrating and things like that. So that is just one of the things that we majorly deal with in regards to like mental health. But talks, discussions is what we majorly do. Referrals, we invite like people who can take us through. They're called counselors. Also like therapists. If someone needs like a mental therapy, kitu kama hiyo, we refer them to other people. And also have counselors. We have, let me tell you something, with working with CBOs, I usually just say you can't do anything alone. Trust me, you will need people. And that is why even like Imelda said, you'll have to go out of your own way. Sacrifice, meet with people, network with them, right? And that is how like you get different contacts and people who can be able to support you in the course that you are doing. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. Guys, if you are watching, kindly tell us, what do you think? Have you gone through a situation whereby you and all these we are talking about? So you can tell us in the comment section down there what you are thinking, or what you may tell this amazing group we have here. Or if you are willing to join them, you can as well just comment that. Tell us everything you need, or anything you are thinking, wherever you are, or maybe something positive, or maybe something you feel that you should add in all this. So as to what you've told me from the Recoup initiative group, I'm very, very much pleased to have you today. And I just want to ask you the final question as we are ending about the group. Because you've told us how you came up with the group, and how it has been all that time. So looking forward, what activities do you have to reach many more people? If you live alone, Kayole, there are many more people. There are people, let's talk about let's talk about Nairobi. There are several people going through all these difficulties. So what plan do you have moving forward to reach more people from outside the Kayole, to people in Roysambu, to people in Ika, to people everywhere? What do you have moving forward?
Yeah, thank you so much for that. As Maya has mentioned, currently we have a program um, which we have partnered with an organization called Life and Peace Institute, where it's all about peace.
Yep.
And currently we have a street peace talent show that is ongoing. I guess the final one is on this month. We have. It's done in Kayole. It's done in Kayole because we chose Kayole because it's one of the hotspots. We come from there, and Kayole is feared to be one of the hotspots in Nairobi, the entire Nairobi. That's maybe majorly is involved in like chaos and all that during the electioneering period.
Okay.
So we chose Kayole, and we have been going to the streets. Many people have been like looking for halls to do these things. They go maybe to a social hall and do such. But we chose to reach out to people because we came to understand that not many people understand the impact of peace. So we said, like, let's do something extra. Let us reach to the boda riders. Let us reach to the street boys. Let us reach to the youths, the idlers that sit on. Let us reach to the business people. And we said, like, we have to choose maybe streets, the hotspot streets that maybe we should go and talk to people about the importance of peace. So it's just generally a peace program that we are handling right now. And it started in July. We did our first street talent show, peace street talent show actually, in July. It was a successful one. We did it last week, but one on Saturday. We did the second one, and we are doing the other one maybe next week, but one is when we are having the main peace street concert. Now it's a peace concert. Now that opens doors to everyone that is watching and is willing to maybe join and see how we do things in Recoup and how we get to handle the street peace talent show. And even if you have a talent, we can welcome you to that platform. You can come, show us what you've got, preach peace with us, and try also to walk with us in this journey.
I hope someone watching all that and someone interested in joining you and watching will be able to contact you at the end of
Yes, we shall give our contacts at the end of this show. And also, maybe you've also asked about how do we get to interact with other communities. Nambiwangwa wewe ni mganga wa kwenu, kitu kama hiyo. There's some same, I don't know. But like, you are a prince of your area. That is now my point. Me being part of Kayole, having done a lot of things in Kayole, having passed through a lot of things in Kayole, I can really say it has been a milestone being where we are right now. And as I mentioned, we are working with other organizations. Maybe if you come from Kibra, we have an organization in Kibra that does exactly what we do. So it's not about Recoup reaching out to the whole entire Nairobi. It's about the link. The link we have. If you go to Babadogo, we have an organization working in Babadogo. If you go to Mathara, you'll see an organization. We will refer you to an organization that does the same. So it's just a matter of like... and if you still don't feel comfortable in working in all those organizations that we will refer you to, welcome to Recoup. We say welcome. We don't mind having as many audience as possible, and also having people who have the heart to serve the community.
I think I should listen to you one at a time as well to come and in your next street show you are going to have. I'll try my best to
Karibu sana.
And now I know you've been into challenges.
Yes.
And there must be someone watching us, someone who is really impressed. I'll just wish, because there's challenges everywhere.
Yeah.
As secretary of the group, there must be someone watching us. As we are just winding up. Someone watching us, what are the challenges you are really facing as you are speaking right now?
As of now, I can point out that the challenge that we have, one, is especially when we go to our communities, just as you said earlier, is how to face head-on the rejections that we usually find within our communities. And I can say that with the CBOs and with NGOs, that is one thing that you should especially like expect rejection from people, and that is really a big challenge that can determine whether you go down or you really continue. And I liked how Imelda has put it, that building rapport, it's very, very important within our community, and that will really help out. And I can maybe say the second challenge that we usually face, because no organization runs without like funds, right? Yeah, finance is like okay, through like different partnering up with different organizations has really helped us, but we can't really say that we are there 100%, right?
Sure.
Yeah, because we have a lot of other programs that we are planning to have, but again, we still need finances to make sure that those programs run really well, right? So we are like still trying, looking for donors, just like other NGOs usually operate, writing grants, looking for donors, finding like an income thing, an income generating activity that we can do within Recoup to make sure that we even earn our own cash in making sure that we run for the sustainability of our group. So yeah, those are challenges that I can really point out to be like some of the major challenges. But all in all, we are like we are really trying. We are really persistent in making sure that we still make an impact despite all these challenges. We are passionate in what we do and making sure that we make an impact to the society. So you out there, you as a CBO, who was a CBO out there, who was an NGO out there, who has a self-help group out there, persistency, passion, the 2 P's. Those are the only things that I can really tell you to come out with from these, because that is really one of the things that has really boost us to be where we are right now. Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much for that, guys. If you are a viewer, you're watching us, and you feel like there's an organization or there's a group that can support Recoup Initiative Group, we are really looking forward into you supporting us or supporting these young ladies who are really open-minded to reaching out to the community and making a change in the negativities we have in our community. That is on mental health, that is on drug abuse, that's on stress or problems we have in relationships. So if you are just watching us and you feel like there's something a little bit you can add on to this, or to make at least a plus, we just need a +1 to move to the next point. That is, yeah. So if you are watching us and you feel like you can be of any potential, we'll really appreciate it. As we are coming to the end of our show today, we have several people who are drug addicts, we have several people who are stressed, we have several people who are having problems in their relationships, and we have difficulties in either all the situations and all of the things you handle. So I want to let me give you 1 minute. You talk to all these people in prison, or just in your own words.
Yeah, thank you so much. I understand that as young people, we go through a lot. And as you said, Clovins, even in relationships, even in stories, mental health generally.
Yeah.
And I say, or I get to tell all people that all is not lost. All hope is not lost. And doesn't matter what you're going through, but just have that positive mind, have that positive energy to tell yourself that you can still do it. If you failed in a relationship today, it's not the end. You still have tomorrow to try another one. You still have tomorrow to try another energy, another new strength. If you have failed maybe in giving like yourself like the courage to move out of drugs, you still have another chance, because even God has said in the word that He's a God of another chance. So God has given us so many chances in life. Sometimes I usually ask myself, what if I was God? Maybe I would have killed everyone in the world and I would have been left alone with only the young-born babies, you see. And we still have chances, and that is why even God has given us chances. It doesn't matter what you are going through. It doesn't matter what you're struggling with. Just have the positive energy. Just be focused. Tell yourself that you can do it. I always like saying something every morning when I wake up, like commanding your morning. You wake up, command that morning. Say, I can do it, even if you see like it's really difficult. When you feel like I cannot chase this, chase it. Say I can chase it and I will make it. So it's just about having the courage, having the faith, having the hope, and even having the focus to do it. Yes.
Thank you very much. I feel like you've spoken until there are some I can say like there's a positivity added in myself. So I'm sure someone there watching will gain something. I'm told with my director that my time is not on my side, but before we end, I'll talk to you, Maya. Talk to someone going through all this in 1 minute.
Don't lose hope. That is all I can say. Don't lose hope. Have a positive mindset that though things are hard right now, there is still light at the end of the tunnel. That is what I can just say, and that is what I can just conclude with.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure having you today. Maya and Imelda, I've really enjoyed this show, and I started at a lower motion, but you've really lowered my attitude, or let me say you've really lowered my mentality towards all this you're doing, and I feel inspired as well talking to you. So guys, it has been a whole vibe here today, and I'm really inspired having these two beautiful ladies beside me. So if you are just joining us, we are ending. Tell us what you think in the comment section. We'll go through it and we'll reach out to you as well. To my point, mental health is a disease, and I'll still insist that, as I always tell you, speak out. Speak out. Don't die inside, or don't die for yourself. Speak out. Someone is outside there waiting to hear from you. Wherever the support you'll get from them, or wherever the support you'll get, it will be something to take care of your life. Life is only given once. Thank you very much, guys. It has been a pleasure. I'll just give you 1 minute. I don't know if you have a number, a group number to share with them, or maybe someone who is willing to reach out to you. You can just say your number so that they can be able to have your number as well. Someone who is really into reaching out to you guys.
Thank you so much. We have an email address.
Okay.
recoupinitiative47@gmail.com. If you have any issue, we usually go through our emails. It's a group email. So if you send your email to that, or you send your message.
Just say it again.
recoupinitiative47@gmail.com.
That's it, guys. You have it. It has been a pleasure. I know we still have a lot to talk about,
yes,
but due to time, we have to cut it short.
Yes.
Until next time. Guys, it has been a pleasure having you here, and I'm very much pleased, or I'm very much honored to have you here. Until next time, I'll see you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys, and bye for now.